right from the mud. There's dirt on my hands.
Moving on from finances, what markets, by media and by geography, and audiences did the film attract? Given its MPAA rating of R, the film should have technically been meant for viewers of and over the legal age, additionally involving markets where censorship was either little to none, or that graphic material, such as in this film, would not risk a ban. Being a high-concept, blockbuster, multi-million-dollar budget film that attracted a substantial revenue, it is fair to assume that the film targeted the US box office. Since the film is loosely inspired by Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness, but its setting is based in the Vietnam War with primarily American principal characters, the content might also strongly resonate with those who are either knowledgeable or have experience with this historical political phase. Since it was released only a couple of years after the conclusion of the Vietnam War, this topic was still fresh in memory and a major part of discourse for several people at the time, which is why it is possible that the audience that the film sought to attract was inclusive of a large demographic of people, but mainly those in the United States. Interestingly though, this case is more nuanced than that, for it was widely received abroad as well, which is why a significant percentage of its viewership demographic would indeed have been international. It received a mixed reception from critics. It was widely received and made sizable profits from its box office revenue. However, a key point to note is that while its total earnings after only 16 weeks of release amounted to $70 million, only $36.8 million of which was domestic, indicating that nearly half of what it made was through an international audience. It is said that film has arguably been the most globalized cultural product as global citizens enjoy films produced in other countries, including Hollywood film, but that people do not mind watching foreign films and even prefer them to domestic films, which symbolizes the globalization of popular culture. While this may ring true for a film like Apocalypse Now and other films of its time, this statement feels rather controversial, outdated, and antiquated in the current context of this industry. With foreign films like Roma and Parasite not only breaking through into global and American markets, but also flourishing financially and gaining critical acclaim, including winning the coveted Academy Awards Best Picture Award by Parasite, perhaps there is a shift in the globalization of popular culture. Rather than be Americanized like before and make Hollywood the epicenter of the film industry, other regions are gaining widespread recognition and viewers are demanding more geographically and demographically diverse content. However, for the purposes of this video essay of an American film that was released back in the late 70s, it seems plausible to make that argument. For a topic that covers a setting in a political situation of national relevance, the film's widely applicable philosophical nature, high production value, increasing anticipation, press attention, as well as the weight of Coppola's name as a famous filmmaker perhaps aided in attracting such a global audience. In terms of media, it aimed to attract buyers by competing at the Cannes Film Festival, where although it did gain immense critical acclaim, it was not immune to mixed, even negative reviews, which was what Coppola had unsuccessfully attempted to evade even while the film was only a work in progress. While the television show Good Morning America called it a disappointing failure, Hollywood Reporter declared with firm conviction that this United Artists release is one of the major films of our era.
Vittorio